Welcome to another tutorial on Matlab. In this particular tutorial series, we are looking into the concept of GUI and how it is being developed in Matlab environment. In this particular tutorial, we will design the front end and see how we can create different panels in the GUI. Based on those panels, we will be designing different components inside those panels, and we will be completing the front end of the GUI design. So first of all, we need to create a folder. The folder with a name like project or example one. So here we will be creating the project one. Now inside this folder, we will be creating our GUI. So to create a GUI, you need to type guide in the command window. So once you type guide, press enter. It will open and give some options. So we will click on blank canvas and we will be going for that one. So this is how the blank canvas look like. And here there are multiple buttons that are available in the GUI. So first of all, we will be first designing multiple panels. So basically panels are the group of area, like a area in which we will have a group of components. Like suppose if you want to keep graphs in a particular area, then you can have a graph related panel. Suppose if you want to have buttons in a particular area, then there you can keep the push button related panel. So you can name the panel so that it will be very easy for you to create the GUI, and you can also decide the layout before you do the exact design. So it is a better practice to have panels for everything that you are designing inside the front end of the GUI. So basically the panels you can give name, like inside the title, you can type any name which will be relevant to the area that you are defining for. So here we have given the area as the parameter. So here we will be setting all the parameters, but yeah, once you define or change the string, you need to press enter, otherwise it will not reflect. So you can see on top there is a parameter written for the canvas or for the panel. So now we will be designing the second panel, which is related to the push buttons. So that was related to the different fields. So there we will be keeping all the mass, damper and spring constant values. And now here we will be keeping all the buttons. Suppose if you press any button, then that will start the simulation. So suppose if you press any other button, then it will reset your GUI, like how it was looking before the simulation. The same way it will look. Next, we will have one more panel which is related to graphs. Suppose we want to plot some graphs. So from the Simulink model, we have different responses. So we don't want to open the Simulink model now. We will be getting all these responses inside the GUI environment. So for that, we have created this graph panel. So graph panel will have all the graphs that we want to see when we go for the GUI. So if you press any button, so that button will give you some response in the graph, so that you will also know like the GUI is working properly. So this is how the panel looks like. So this is the project panel. So once you press on the play button on top, it will create a script. So you need to give the name for the script. Like it will be basically a .m file, and along with that you will be able to get a .fig file. Once you do save this file, a automatic script will be created. So that is how the first intro of GUI looks like. So you need to design all the panels and you need to design all the buttons. Then you can press on the play button. It will generate a automated script. That script has multiple components, which we will be seeing in the coming tutorial. And with the help of functions, we will be designing the backend of the particular GUI. So now coming to the GUI, what are the components that are present in the GUI? So those we will be seeing now. So there are multiple components that are present in a GUI. So what are the components that are present in the GUI? Basically, if we start from the top, this is the select tool. So you can select any component with the help of this particular tool. You have push buttons. So suppose if you press any button, so there will be some function call that will be happening on the backend. So such type of buttons are called push button. So those will go and call the function on the backend. You will have some radio buttons. So these are circular buttons where you can select a choice of options. Then editable text. So in the editable text, you can create fields. Like suppose if you want to have mass as 10 gram. So the 10 you can write in the editable field. So next is the pop-up menu. So if you click on, if you create that button or pop-up menu, then there will be one new GUI that will be popping up, and there you need to select some thing which will be useful for a complex project. So suppose you want GUI within a GUI, then you can use this pop-up menu. Then the toggle button. So with the help of this toggle button, you can also design multiple functionalities. And with the help of graphs, you can plot graphs. So in the particular project that we are doing now, we will be using this graph. And button groups. So button groups are the things like suppose if you want to have a group of buttons, like suppose you want to have radio buttons of suppose you select one radio button, then the other will be deselected. If you can select only one from that particular buttons, so those are called button groups. So you can design like single choice based buttons in this button group. Next is the slider. So you can design sliders. So by sliding those sliders, you can change the values. We will be also designing using these sliders in the coming project, and we will be also changing the parameters based on the slider. So once you slide it, so the values will be changing. Then checkbox. So with the help of checkbox, you can do check multiple options when you design any complex GUI. Next is the static text. So these are the text which are non-editable, and with the help of the non-editable text, you can inform the user that this is fixed and this is related to this particular. Suppose you want to fill mass as 10 gram, then beside that you can write mass, and then you can give an edit field where you can change the value of mass. But that is related to mass. That's what you are telling through the static GUI that we will see in the coming tutorial. Next is the list box. So if you have, it is like a drop down menu. So you will have a list of things that you need to select from that thing. And next is the table, and next is the panel. So panel we already seen, and access control or active X control. This also we will be seeing in the upcoming videos. Important thing that we will be including in this particular project is editable text and static text. Then we will have push buttons, and we will have graphs. So we will be using graphs in the current project. And based on this, we will be creating the GUI. In case you are liking the channel, please consider subscribing. In case you have any comment or query, please let us know in the comment section. It will help us to improve your experience of learning MATLAB in this channel. We will be working on your comments and queries so that we can give good content in this channel. So happy learning MATLAB and stay connected. Thank you.